Hi, my name is Zonja. I go to Highlandtown 215, and I'm 10 years old, and I'm in the 5th grade. Me and my mom, we always go outside, even if it's get ready to snow and it's cold. We go outside and keep the block clean, and then people, they just sit on the steps and watch, and then when we go in the house and put all the trash in the trash can, we come back outside, all trash back on the block. When I see a clean block, it makes me think of a person that's responsible and careful and respectful about their property.
Hello, my name is Blessing Omopariola. I grew up in Nigeria, Africa. I used to see a lot of animals for some reason, like where I lived in, there was just an animal on every street. It was fun. It was just really cute. My mom, she is a nurse at Johns Hopkins Hospital, and every summer I go there and I volunteer and I work with the old people, and they're just fantastic. They have the most amazing backstories to tell. There's this woman called Miss Fran. And every time I went there, every summer that I go there, I'll sit with her and we'd be working on puzzles, and she'd be telling me about where, because she came from Jamaica, and yeah, she used to tell me about her backstories, her life stories, and how it was just Jamaica was such a beautiful place, and she always every time she talks about it, she always makes me want to go there. And actually, one of my dreams is to travel the world, and Jamaica is my top place to go. So, yeah.
I'm Kim Wiggins, and I live in Patterson Park.
I'm Ashley Watson. I live in Patterson Park. Here, I guess our houses are closer. We need to rely on each other for things, and adults just find ways to socialize and try to make the neighborhood better.
One time I was cooking dinner and my neighbors knocked on the door, and they were actually going to invite me to the neighborhood bar, but I had just cooked dinner, and when I opened the door, I said, "Are you here to eat?" And then they came to eat. And they brought some wine over, but that happens a lot in our neighborhood, where you do go to other people's house and eat, and somebody will put out the call, "I made some cookies, I made too much steak," or come to the patio and have wine. So I definitely didn't have that going on in the suburbs.
My name is Aida. I'm 49 years old, and I was born in Colombia, South America. I grew up in the capital city of Colombia, which is Bogota. It's a very crowded city. And I came here 12 years ago because violence in Colombia, and we decided to come to to Baltimore because we want our daughter to be growing in a very diverse place where she could love different people that look different from her, from many very different backgrounds. Being Latino and learn a lot about the American culture too. Have helped me to be kind of a bridge between Latino community and all the things that I have learned from the American culture, very diverse American culture. Because the language, many people have this barrier, I have been able to connect people.
We just lived over at Patterson Park all the time, and then it was more girls in the neighborhood than boys. And then we had to be in at 10 o'clock at night, and on the weekends we could stay out a little later. It's a lot different nowadays at night. And we never locked our doors. I knew my father's grandmother. She spoke German, and we couldn't understand her too much, but and I don't think he did either. My girlfriend and I, the first car I bought was a Chevy. It was nice and big. She said, "Let's go buy a Chevy." I said, "Okay." So we went over there on Monument Street, and we got a hold of the salesman. He said, "What do you ladies want?" And we said, "We were thinking about buying a car. I want a green one, she wants a blue one." And he said, "Well, how do you want to pay for it?" I said, "Well, can we put a $10 deposit on it?" And he says, "Yeah, if you want to." So we put a $10 deposit on it, and I came home and I said to my sister, "I bought a car." She said, "Where'd you get the money?" I said, "I only had to put a $10 deposit down."
My name is Devon Thomas. I go to Friendship Academy of Science Technology. I'm part of a group called CFA, which stands for Community for All Ages, which is an intergenerational group to help build a community. We already put up events for the community, like for example the Art Car Derby, which I performed in. We had the community from Highlandtown and Conklin come. My friends, my family, they come from different walks of life. Like, for example, my friend Marquise Holt, he come from Mississippi. A lady I worked with, her name is Maria Aldana. She come from Nicaragua. My best friend Blessing, she come from Nigeria. I mean, they come from all different walks of life, and it's just amazing. The people in my neighborhood is fun, and they don't start trouble. I mean, there's trouble come along, but they don't start it.
Me llamo Rashawn Smith. I was born here in Baltimore. Actually born in Harbor Hospital. My grandmother's from Puerto Rico, but on my mother's side, it's African American. And then you have like the actual Africans, like, and then because her mother came from Egypt when she was younger.
Mi nombre es Alexandra y ella es mi hija Melissa. Hace 5 años, no, hace 8 años que yo vine acá, estaba todo diferente. La librería apenas la estaban construyendo, de la que está en la Conklin. Ahora ya es más diferente con todos estos proyectos y programas que hay. Pero sí hace falta algunas cosas más, como lo había dicho mi compañero, seguridad, limpieza y también, ¿por qué no hacer otros tipos de programas? Y esto se puede hacer, como lo había dicho también él y estábamos comentando, en comunidad, hacer una fuerte comunidad para que en equipo las cosas salen mejor. Estaba muy deprimida cuando dejé de trabajar, porque todo el tiempo estaba trabajando, y cuando me casé dejé de trabajar y estaba así como, no voy a salir para otro lugar porque no hablo inglés, y mi familia, este país, todo el mundo trabaja y no quería molestar a nadie, entonces yo me quedaba en mi apartamento, no molestaba a nadie, pero mis hijos me motivaron a inténtalo, ve a la librería, mami, léeme un cuento. Me gusta este lugar y quisiera aportar mejores cosas en la comunidad para hacer de esto algo mejor.
Inside Patterson Park, my school, we built a new tree. It's called the Wirin-Pecker tree. So we water it and we make sure it's okay and outside with the dirt. And we take care of it real good. All people should work together. It doesn't matter what age you are, because if we all start working together, we can make a change and we can help the people that's on the street, the kids. We can build our own soup kitchen and everything.
My name is Marquise Holt. I'm 17. I'm a student. I'm a 12th grade student at Friendship Academy of Science and Technology. In Highlandtown, the parts that I like the most really would be the different cultural backgrounds and the different languages that go on, from English to Spanish to sign language to Mandarin to all these different languages and cultures from around the world that is literally in my backyard. The biggest contribution that I made in my community was being able to interpret for people who were deaf at local events like the Folk Life Festival that was held back in the summer. I got to interpret for them.
When you came into the world, what did you experience?
Well, I experienced a whole lot.
Okay.
Such as, what type of experience you look for?
Well, when you was just talking about back in the days when y'all had the wagons and the horses.
Okay. Horse and wagons, jump wagons, you know. I mean, people back then could really live. If you just sold fruit on your horse wagon, or if you just used the horse wagon to jump with, right? I've known people that was just jumping, and they had 9 or 10 children, because people had large families back then and could afford to take care of them. You never seen too many homeless people back then. During the 50s and 60s, I never heard of an eviction until 1979. I always did like being in the neighborhood where there's different people, you know, all kind of cultures of people, you know. That way you learn more.
I'm Frances Baltrunas, and I live in a little community outside of Highlandtown. One of the things that surprised me when I came to Baltimore in '42, I lived on the other side of town in a community called Irvington. And when I got on the bus, a bus one time and the streetcar another time. I went to sit in the back with a few of my friends, and I was told the bus or the streetcar was not going to move. And I wondered why. They were still having trouble with some of their drivers, that they would not move the bus or the streetcar because we were sitting in what they assumed was a black section of the bus. I found that when I first came here, Highlandtown was a more mixture of immigrant families, and I did feel better. I felt more at home. Our community was really multilingual because we had a Spanish family, we had a black family, we had people from Portugal, we had a Russian family, Ukrainian, Italian family down the street, we had a Greek family, and they were all immigrants. I can't fathom why people don't look at people as human beings, not so much human beings, but people that you really want to know.
My name is Katie Long. I work with the Friends of Patterson Park, and I am the program director and the Hispanic liaison, so I get to work a lot with the Latino community, with families and youth and adults. I did Peace Corps in Honduras, and when I came back, I moved back to Baltimore. So it was interesting discovering Baltimore as an adult, and through the lens of what I had experienced in Peace Corps, when you're in a small town and everybody knows you and you're speaking Spanish. And to me, Peace Corps felt like you were just kind of getting a big hug from a community. And I think I didn't know that I was going to get that again. But walking down in Southeast Baltimore and walking down the street with kids like saying hi to me in Spanish and English, and everybody kind of knowing each other, and just walking over to the Laughing Pint or walking to the park and playing a pickup soccer game, like, it does feel like this community is giving me a hug.
My name is Jacqueline Bradshaw, and my granddaughter Janiyah Washington. My fondest memory of Baltimore was the Arabs, and I love to see the horses and selling the vegetables, and because they were so fresh. And the Arab first, they had this saying, they would sing as they go along, so that was cool. But the watermelon that we used to get from the harbor was the best. They were sweet, they were juicy, cold on a hot night, and just to go get them was interesting because you walked on the pier and it was a boat full of watermelons, and they had them in the water, and they just take them out the water, cut a hole in it, and you tasted it. If you like it, you bought it. I wanted to move where everything was convenient. If you didn't have a car, then you can get to any spot you wanted to get to. And up here was that area. I like the variety of people that I see. It's not just one neighborhood where it's all African Americans or all Caucasians. It's just a variety of folks. And I like that. But my grandmother showed me how to sew by hand. And she used to make our clothes by hand. She could make a skirt, and the stitches could be so small, and it was so neat. So so that's what I did. And I did that around her age of 10, 11. And I just continued to sew.
The first experiment that I did with hand sewing was when I cut out a piece of zebra pattern cloth, and I put it on the back of my pants, and I wore it everywhere. This neighborhood right here, we used to live here, and it was nice, but it's dangerous, and I think we can change that a lot.
To me, it's better. Since Johns Hopkins have really fixed it up for themselves, which makes it better for us because, you know, the security will always be there.
Aurelia Vargas García, para servirles, en Temalaca, Guerrero, y de ahí, de la edad de 12 años, yo me vine a vivir a Cuautla, Morelos. Entonces ahí hice mi vida, empecé a trabajar y ahí hice mi vida. Y ya que iba a cumplir 60 años, me vine a seguir a unos nietos que se vinieron, que se los trajeron. En aquel tiempo que yo vine la primera vez, no había personas que hablaran en español, pura gente. Y decía yo, Dios mío, ¿cómo voy a pedir un taco? ¿Cómo voy a pedir un favor? Pues cuando yo llegué acá yo no traía un suéter y hacía mucho frío, me acuerdo. Y me regaló un muchacho que estaba vendiendo y le digo, acomoda su suéter. Le digo a mi niño, dile que cuánto cuesta el suéter, dice, y ya que me dice el niño, dice que cuesta $5, dice, le digo, no traigo dinero, le digo, dice el señor, le dijo al niño, ¿no traes suéter tu abuelita? Dice, no. Se quitó su suéter y me lo dio, dije, ay, ya tengo con qué taparme con eso ya. Es muy bonito aquí, pero se sufre mucho.
I think it's important for people to know each other inside and out and to, like Ida said, like know that everybody has struggles and everybody goes through things and it's not about how one appears to be.
My name's Shaheem.
And my name's Isan, apparently.
Sorry, other way around. I'm Isan.
Shaheem.
This neighborhood is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Our communities are pretty awesome.
It's
and
like,
it helps, mold our personality.
An average day starts like this. Shaheem gets up early in the morning. He goes to school. Isan gets up a little late, gets to school a little late, as always. I still love her, though. Then we walk through the neighborhood to school separately because you come to school late. And pretty much what I see in the morning is joggers everywhere. Everybody's jogging all the time, everywhere.
I'd say a day for Isan, it would start like this. Wake up at like 7:30, knowing that you have to be at school at like 8. And literally, it's open my eyes, roll over, open my laptop. Now the room belongs to Isan. I turn my music on and put myself in get dressed now mode. I listen to bachata, merengue, salsa. I listen to all that. I listen to reggaeton. I listen to reggae. I listen to Japanese, K-pop, like J-pop, C-pop, everything. I listen to the whole nation. It's like I put the headphones on, let's say I'm listening to like a rave song or some, electronic house. And like the beat starts and you see people moving and running at the same beat and it feels like they're walking into a music video. And I'm like, this is the chiz.
He's a deal. He's 17 years old. Come on, man. All right, I got here because I had an aunt. My mother wanted to provide her with company because, she's an old lady. We came to Baltimore for that reason. And Billiam, I came from Colombia because there was violence and we needed to get out of the country, and I brought my family here so we can be safe. I wanted to be part of the community. I wanted to make a change in the community.
I'll be honest with you. At first, I didn't want to be a part of the community. That's something that's interesting. I didn't. I didn't want to be a part of the community. I hated the community at first. I loathed the community at first. Years grew by. I became 16. This is around the time I started developing a lot faster than other people because my struggles became a lot harder than usual because I started to understand things. This is when I decided that my community is the reason why I've become such a great person, so diverse, and be able to become as smart as I am because, struggle makes real people. He's here today because, when I talked to Bill, he told me about his struggles, and that's how he's here today. He's drawn the love and family. I respect Bill for that. Yeah. I think me and Bill are a good example of the community giving you a surprise. Yes. Today I came here and I met a person who is so like me, but he's 50 years old. I'm 17. I believe that there's a second story, and a lot of the times when I was younger, I wouldn't take the chance to learn that second story. But because I've given it that try, I've learned the second stories of a lot of people. It's changed my view of how things work, and it's because I've given them that chance that I'm here today. and I'm about to go to college, and I've met the people I've met.
And you know,
that's a great thing about the community.
I'm Bill, and this is my neighbor, Bill.